Welcome to Veterans Air, the Veterans Hour, your source for news, talk, and uncensored commentary here on the Lone Star Community Radio. I'm your host, Douglas B., and you can listen to us live the first Tuesday of every month here on, what am I saying? Oh, here. You can listen to us live the first Tuesday of every month on VeteransAir.us or on your FM Conroe channel 106.1 and 104.5. Yeah, I'm having little problems today. What can I tell you? As always, we have to do a little housekeeping, let you know how to get in contact with us. You can go on over to VeteransAir.us, leave us a message on our message form. You can send me an email at douglasb@VeteransAir.us, or you can text us. Text, people. Text. Don't call me. Text on 936-344-3083. No longer going to be taking calls after last month. Thank you so much. Listen, we got a big show for you. We got a lot of things to cover. But before we get into that, I'm going to do what we call the honor roll here, the honor call. It's my sad duty to report to you that my dear friend Diana Marie has fallen. After a 5+ year battle with leukemia, she was called home to Valhalla before first light, January 28th. Ravaged by cancer, Diana never gave up. She was surrounded by her husband Jim and her daughters JC and Robin as Diana Marie breathed her last breath into this world. It was a fierce battle, but Diana Marie was strong to the end. She fought 100%, giving it her all. You may think you're strong. You may even be Army strong. But trust me, you're not Army girl strong. Diana Marie, God willing, will be interned later this year at Arlington National Cemetery. We already have the paperwork in works. And I would like to take this moment to honor Diana Marie and offer what solace I can to Jim, JC, and Robin. I'm going to miss you, Diana Marie. Until Valhalla. Welcome back. All right. I have promised that DV Tanya was going to be here today, and we were going to talk about stolen valor. Well, Tanya's AOL. Haven't heard from her. So, Tanya, if you're out there, you want to check in? So, it leaves it up to me to talk about stolen valor and pull something out of my butt. As you all know, I'm really good at talking, so we can do that. But before we get into that, we have some topics that are in the news that I have to touch upon. First, if you're a Facebook follower, you've probably seen all the posts about storming Area 51. Let's storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us. All the secrets are there. Pay attention. You do not need to storm Area 51 because I, with my special clearances, know what's in Area 51. This is the place where the U.S. government is housing undocumented aliens from beyond the Crab Nebula. And I think that we need to put that out so people know that that's what's happening there. All right, I want to talk about hemp and CBD. Did you listen to the Legal Connection on before me, Tony and Cheryl, my good friends? Because they touched upon this, and they did a show, I think, last month or last week on that topic too. But I wanted to clear some misconceptions up. First off, as our trademark tagline says, dude, it's organic. Yes, it is, but you will still go to jail for breaking the law if you are smoking marijuana. Here's what happened. There was a House bill that was presented concerning hemp production and sale of consumer products of that hemp, CBD oils. And as you may or may not know, the president backed this. He thought this was a good idea and, whatnot. So the state of Texas went ahead and put together this bill. And on June 12th, Governor Abbott signed it into law. But let me explain what this is. First off, it is now legal in the state of Texas to grow hemp, not marijuana, to grow hemp. But you have to have a special license to do so. CBD oil, big area here, CBD oil, is now also legal in Texas. But here's the caveat. The CBD oil needs to contain less than 0.03% THC. You're going, okay, so what? So what that means is this for you. You can go down to the corner store here and buy CBD oils. And I have to tell you personally, I've said this before personally, they work well for me and for my wife, CBD oils. This does not mean that you can grow marijuana in your backyard and say, I'm just processing it for the CBD oils. That's not going to work. It's still a crime. All right? Understand this. Now, we've all heard the stories about getting busted for CBD oil because, they can still arrest you saying that it's marijuana and just needs to be tested, right? Did you know that there's no labs in the state of Texas that are licensed to process and test for the content of THC? That's right. So use your own judgment. If you are an agriculturalist out there and you want to grow hemp to sell for hemp products, contact the Texas Department of Agriculture, get yourself your little license to do so, and go for it. Because I think hemp is a great product. And medically, personally, my personal experience, yours may differ. CBD oils help for a lot of different types of pain. Okay, so was I going to say something specific about it? I don't remember if I was. I pulled something up on my phone, but I don't remember. I have a short-term memory problem. All right, we're going to talk about stolen valor now. I guess I should turn on my time to see how much time I have left. Last month, if you were listening, or if you listened to the podcast afterwards, you note that we had a caller call in on our show, and he talked about how he got his uniform on and went down and got a free breakfast on Veterans Day because he's doing this to honor the military because he's really a good supporter. And we joked about it, and we said, okay, we got to go. But, that is a type of stolen valor. And stolen valor is actually against the law. The Stolen Valor Act of 2013 makes it a federal law. But what exactly is stolen valor? Well, we need to define that. And I did some research because I'm a good researcher. And let me read this to you. The Stolen Valor Act of 2013, which is Public Law 113-12 from House Resolution 258, is the United States federal law that was passed by the 113th United States Congress. The law amends the federal criminal code to make it a crime for a person to fraudulently claim having received a Valor Award specified with the intention of obtaining money, property, or other tangible benefits by convincing another that he or she has received this award. By definition, by the federal law, just putting on a uniform and saying that, well, you served is not stolen valor. But let's put a pin in that right now. Let's put a pin in that because we're going to talk about that. We need to talk about what makes stolen valor a crime. And as I just read to you, you have to have put out that you've received a Valor Award. For those of you who don't know what a Valor Award is, here they are. It's the Medal of Honor, the Distinguished Flying Cross, the Navy Cross, the Air Force Cross, Silver Star, Bronze Star, Purple Heart, Combat Action Badge. The Combat Action Ribbon, the coveted Combat Infantryman's Badge, Combat Action Badge, Combat Medical Badge. These are Valor Awards. Now, you all know I'm a veteran, you all know combat, yada, yada, yada. I don't have any of these. My brother Johnny, has been on the show before. He's got 2 Bronze Stars for Valor. But you don't see him holding that out as being anything special. And you won't. Normal veterans don't go parading around saying, give me this because I have a Valor Award. But we see it all the time. We see people putting on some dress blues or an Army's A and putting salad bar ribbons all over their chest and holding themselves out to be former military when they're not. That's stolen valor. And do you know why? Tangible benefits. Tangible benefits, says the law. You do this, and you get any benefit of this, any measurable benefit, that's a crime. By the way, that bill was signed into law on June 3rd, 2013 by President Barack Obama, if you didn't know. And why do we care? Why is this important to us? Well, if you're in the military, and I've known some of these pogues and or REMFs that have done this, won an award that they were not awarded to. And in the military, if you wear an award, a ribbon, a device that you did not earn, under the UCMJ, that is punishable. Well, let me read this. The penalty for wearing unauthorized medals of valor has increased from 6 months to a maximum of 1 year confinement, along with forfeiture of pay and a bad conduct discharge. So says the United States Army. This includes wearing the unauthorized Medal of Honor, Distinguished Flying Cross, Silver Star, Purple Heart, or other valor device. The maximum penalty for wearing an unauthorized medal is still 6 months. So you know what? If you want to put on your Expert Infantry Combat Badge, your EIB, and you didn't own it, you didn't earn it, you're going to go to 6 months. You put on a CIB, you're going to go to jail for a month. Sorry, go to jail for a year. Now that we know what stolen valor is, let's take a look at why do we even care? I got to slow down. I talk too fast, Dick. Dick's saying, yeah, you do. Would you slow down? I can't listen that fast. Okay, I can slow down. Why do we care? Well, first off, Let's define veteran for us, shall we? Let's define what this show is about and who our audience is. A veteran is someone at some point in their life raised their right hand, solemnly swore an oath that they would protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. We have to do it. The Constitution of the United States from all enemies, foreign and domestic. He or she served his time in the military honorably for whatever reason they got out. They're of the mindset that nobody's relieved them of their oath. They're still following General Order Number 1. I will guard everything within the limits of my post and quit my post only when properly relieved. They get out, they become civilians, they do civilian things, whatever it is that civilians do, and they're still a contributing member of their community. They're still giving of themselves. I think that's a very important distinction to make that makes the title veteran be a title that is earned, like a doctor, a lawyer, the police. Now, these titles in and of themselves are protected. If you go and you say that you're a doctor so-and-so and you're not a doctor, you can go to jail for it. You say that you're a police officer, run around, dressed up as a police officer, the FBI or somebody like that. Are you going to go to jail? You sure are, because that's a protected title. And we made these protected titles because it means something to be this. And society holds these titles out as being reverent, as being important, as being a pillar of society, if you will. I think we need to do the same thing with the title of veteran. It is an earned title if you live it. If you don't live it, well, then you're just another vet on the street corner. But I digress. Getting back to why stolen valor should be important to everyone, not just a veteran, not just the military, but to everyone. Here's why. Now, we all know Billy Joe Jim Bob on Veterans Day gets in his camo, puts on his cap, goes on down to Golden Corral and gets lunch or breakfast because he says he's a veteran. There's a little harm in that, is there? Well, not really. The only person that's really out anything tangibly is Golden Corral, who paid for the cost. But should Billy Bob get that? Because he makes believe he's something? I say, you know what? If the guy's hungry, I'll buy his breakfast. But just making believe that you're a veteran, that you had served, this leads to a larger problem, or a symptom of a larger problem, a larger mental problem, that we as a society might want to start taking a look at. Is this individual's life so unsatisfying, so unfulfilled to them, that they have to make believe that there's something or someone that they are not? That is a mental problem that needs to take a look at. But then we have other stolen valors that are of even a larger concern to society as a whole, because it costs us money. It costs us a lot of money. So there's a story that I know of a guy who said that he was in the service, Vietnam. He served as a ranger. And yeah, he's got a Bronze Star, a Silver Star. But, he really doesn't make a big thing about that. But he brings it up during business negotiations. And this one individual was able to swindle millions of dollars from companies, 501c organizations, and individual donations, because he said that he was going to do something for veterans with this money. And you should help him because he's a veteran himself, combat, got a Silver Star, yada, yada. And people did. They did. He raised millions of dollars and walked away to Belize with it. This is a problem with stolen valor. We get all indignant when somebody portrays themselves as a police officer or as a doctor, as a lawyer, and they're not. But yet we don't do this or offer the same type of protections for our men and women, our brothers and sisters, who have honorably served us. I think that's something that we need to change in society. Give you another example. Do you remember a couple of months back, it was on the news cycle for at least a week, about a group of young white men, high school students, Washington, D.C., with Make America Great hats on, and the photo caption was of an American Indian yelling in their face, and the news story was that these young men in magma hats were inciting and saying nasty things about black Hebrew Israelites. End of the story was that's not what happened. But what I found interesting here is the American Indian Nate Phillips. He held himself out to be a veteran. He said that he was a Vietnam Times veteran who was spit on, called a baby killer. Well, you know what? I can understand that. Maybe he just misspoke himself. But Mr. Phillips went on to say, and I quote, "I'm what they call a recon ranger. That was my role." Even this could be forgiven. Perhaps he was, in a forward area. But then he went on and he said, quote, "I'm a Vietnam vet, I served in the Marine Corps from 72 through 76. I got discharged May 5th, 1976. I got honorably discharged, and one of the boxes in there shows if you were peacetime or, what my box says, that I was in theater. I don't talk much about my Vietnam times. I usually say I don't recollect or I don't recall, those years." That's a direct quote. Military records show that Phillips was never in Vietnam and served most of his time as a refrigerator technician. None of this has much to do with that incident, but he gained credibility during this incident by saying he was a veteran. Did he receive tangible benefits from this? Sure he did. He got his 15 minutes of fame. Being a veteran, or making it look like you're a veteran, comes with some benefits that are earned automatically. I can't walk down the street in downtown Conroe without somebody saying, thanking me for my service. And I replied to them, it was an honor to have served, because as it was. Is that a benefit? Sure is. It sure is. Go to Home Depot, go to Lowe's, get something for the house. They'll offer me a discount if I so want it because I served. Just being a veteran, you have benefits. When someone steals that from you, it's identity theft. And in some of these cases, it's theft by deception. Let me say that again. Stolen valor is theft by deception. We need to take a look at this and take it seriously, because it's not just Billy Joe Jim Bob getting a free breakfast over at Golden Corral. This is millions and millions of dollars being fraudulently sucked from society into some, can I say dirtbag on the radio? Dick says I can. Some dirtbag's pocket. We need some protections for the title of veteran, because it is an earned title. If you went in and you served honorably and you got out and you are still a member of society, you're helping your community, I say you are a veteran. If you served, got out, and are standing there on the street corner waiting for someone to give you something because you're a veteran, I say you're not a veteran. Veteran should be an earned title. Oh, that's my feelings about this. You have yours. And I want to know your feelings, so please go to VeteransAir.us. Send me a message. Let me know what your feelings are of this. I will put that on the air. We'll do a follow-up on this. Where am I at? I'm at the 30-minute mark? 30-minute mark. Okay. We're going to talk. I really want to go into Area 51, but I'm going to go off on a tangent on that one. I don't have enough time for it. If you've been following the Veterans Air Facebook page, and let's be serious, why would you not? It's so very interesting. I put up there a couple of days ago about the 10th annual Watermelon Run for the Fallen. And guys, gals, fellow listeners, fellow veterans, I got to tell you, I, God willing, am going to be there to do this. I know what you're thinking. Doug, you're old and you're broke. How are you going to do it? Hear me out on this. Hear me out on this. Let me read to you from their website, and if you look below, you'll see a link to their website where you can go register. Was that right? Are we putting a link below? I filled out the form. I get kudos because I filled out the form before my radio show. Just want to let you know that I can follow rules. Here, this is directly from their website, the Watermelon Run for the Fallen, which is on August 17th out in Hempstead. The Watermelon Run for the Fallen is the nation's largest 5K run, walk, and roll dedicated to recognizing the sacrifice of our military members who have been lost as a result of our current conflicts. It is the opportunity for families of those lost to come together in a positive, supportive way and to see that they are not alone in their grief. Run for the Fallen is a national event. Check it out, we had a national event in Hempstead. It's a national event. It all started back in 2008 when a team of Watermelon Run for the Fallen runners ran across America from Fort Irwin, California, all the way to Arlington National Cemetery. They ran 1 mile for every soldier, sailor, airman, and Marine killed in Operation Iraqi Freedom. That's a hell of a long run. A hell of a lot of people died. Because the purpose of the event is to remember each individual who gave his or her life serving our country in Iraq and Afghanistan, participants are asked to walk, run, or roll a mile in memory of a fallen soldier. If you knew one of the fallen, you may run for that person. If not, you'll be introduced to a fallen hero during registration. Every participant that donates $30 for entry will receive a shirt tag with the name of the military member for whom that individual will be walking, running, or rolling for. Not everyone who registers participates in the 5K. Many simply register to be an official part of the event and to pay their personal respects. This year, the Watermelon Run for the Fallen event is in loving memory of Staff Sergeant Jeffrey Lee Hartley. So I want you to come on out on August 17th, out to Hempstead. Sign up, go to the website, sign up, and come out and run, walk, or roll. Or if you're me, you can hobble. I think they'll let me do that. Or at least come out and cheer us on as we do this in memory of our fallen brothers and sisters. I think that's a great event. You gonna go? Ask your beautiful wife. You guys get out there, get some physical activity. You don't do anything all day. You sit behind the desk and, press buttons. Look at him. We're going to put a camera on you so you can be part of the show. Oh, hey, you see, part of the show. Dick, can I do this? I'm going to do this. If you've noticed, I'm all by myself. And I'm lonely. If you're out there and you would like to become part of Veterans Air, contact me through the website, VeteransAir.us, and we'll see if we can get you on the show to be the co-host of Veterans Air. You can, you don't have to be Dan. Hey, Dangerous Dan. Hope you're doing okay up there. But you know what? If you have a desire to put out information to the veteran community, to our active duty military, to the families that love and support us, and you want to have a voice, Veterans Air is looking for you. I can do that, do a free like Indeed post. Excuse me, y'all. Iced coffee. No, I didn't put any sugar in it either. See, I'm being good. Where's my timing? Hello, Google. Oh, man, I got like a half hour left. Why do you let me talk so much? What else is happening in August? Hey, August 14th from 6 to 9 p.m. Our very own VFW Post 4709 is going to be hosting a gun law seminar. And you can look below on Facebook, you'll see the link. If you own a weapon in the state of Texas, if you're thinking about owning a weapon in the state of Texas, whether you're carrying concealed or thinking about going carrying concealed, you should come to this seminar. It's going to be a lot of good information put out there. It's a 3-hour event. Bring something to take notes. I'm sure there'll be a coffee and some cake or stuff. They usually have something over there. And while you're there, you can check out the new changes to the VFW. Did you know they went non-smoking? Yeah, they went non-smoking. Some of us love it. Some of us have a real big problem with it. I don't care, I don't sit there and drink all day, so it doesn't make a difference to me. I go outside to smoke. Patron makes me go outside and smoke.
Yeah, but I feel after so many years smoking in that room, it's might as well just get a new room.
No, it's been totally redone.
Like totally.
Totally redone.
Oh, wow.
Have you been over there?
No, I haven't seen it, but I've been in there before they changed the rules, and I was like, man, this is gonna be hard to sell this building if the
June 1st, it became non-smoking. You got new chairs, new carpet. Walls have been painted over and with kills and whatnot. We even got a pool table in there now. It's pretty nice.
Yeah,
pretty sweet.
I love what society's doing to all the smokers now.
Putting us outside out back?
Well, my favorite is there's online jokes about, I think it's like the Toyota Center and other metropolitan areas. They forced them all into a little, basically it looks like a telephone booth box. Wherever, like if you're at the Toyota Center, you can only smoke in this one little patio. And during, for rock and roll concerts and stuff, there's so many people in there smoking.
The Atlanta International Airport, I don't know if it's still this way, but years ago, when I was traveling all the time, the Atlanta National Airport had guppy tanks. It's like this glass enclosed room where that's the only place that you could smoke. But I think they've made it totally non-smoking everywhere now. If you want to smoke, you better be outside and 20 feet away from the building. If it's raining, please bring your umbrella. The VFW, though, they were nice. And I want to let you know that the Veterans Air, we donated a Bose sound system for the outside. They made nice outside enclosure, picnic tables, stools, chairs, ashtrays, whatnot. It's like 2 steps from the bar. It's got fans for, when it's hot out, and, we'll have some space heaters in there for when it's cold. But, hell, it's better than what my wife makes me do. She makes me go outside. She don't care if it's cold or hot. So that we digress. That's on the 14th at the VFW, a gun law seminar over at VFW 4709 on Seaman Street. It's next to Candy Cane Park, by the way. And that's all I have for August, with the exception of this. First, I want to say belated happy birthday to my wife, Petra. Happy birthday, baby. I'm glad you liked the knife. Yeah, I gave her a knife for her birthday because she likes to watch Wives with Knives. I'm a little concerned. But on August 18th, we'll be celebrating 35 years of marriage. And when I tell people that, they usually look at me and go, to the same woman? Yeah, I know. It surprises the hell out of me, too. Happy anniversary, baby. I love you. So, before I forget, and Dan, this is your fault, by the way, if you're listening, and you better be listening. I have to shout out to our sponsor, East Meets West Productions. Veterans Air is made possible by the generous donations from East Meets West Productions, a full-service business and marketing consulting firm helping vets start and fund their businesses for over 25 years. For more information, call 361-904-0044. And I was talking to Darlene yesterday or this morning. I don't know. It's all a blur to me. But she said she's willing to come do a seminar or a podcast or whatever, Lyceum or whatnot, however it's called, talk to veterans about starting up a business or funding a business, because apparently the economy is so good that now is a good time to start your business. I think it's okay. I mean, the missing Tanya started a business, bitterglitter.us, or a T-shirt business. She's selling T-shirts. She makes like 50 cents a T-shirt. But hey, it's still something. You got to do something to keep yourself sane.
Well, I always imagine in that business the lady who ever got Donald Trump to let her make the hats. Because I can't imagine what the first year order compared to like as it grew.
You know, I have one of those hats. Patriot got me a Make America Great Again hat. I like to wear it when I go to like Kroger's.
Well, you're safe here. I mean, imagine being somewhere going up northeast. That's where people apparently if you wear it outside on the steps of some government facility, you'll get yelled at. But
Now, last month I went up to upstate New York to see Brother Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
And Brother Johnny, if you're listening, you better be fighting, boy. That's all I got to say. Don't be a pogue on me. But I went up to see him, and I wore my hat on the flight up there, and it was wonderful. It wasn't as wonderful as the day that we made that liberal cry, but it was still good. It was still good. I like to do that. I was going to talk about something about gun control, but I forgot all about. Oh yes, okay. I still have time, right? I've done my shout outs. All I got to do is my goodbye. I have time. I can talk about gun control. All right. I want to talk about the recent mass shootings over this weekend. I'll say my thoughts and condolences are with the families for their loss. But I want to talk about gun control. I want to talk about assault weapons. First off, I have the laziest assault rifle in the world. Arlene, that's her name, she just lays there in her case underneath the bed and she doesn't do anything. She hasn't moved in months. Guns don't kill people. We said this on the show before. It bears saying again. Guns don't kill people. Apes with guns kill people. No, but seriously, have you been listening to the talking heads? They're thinking that a red flag law is a good thing. It's forget about banning assault weapons and whatnot. That stuff's not going to happen. But they really think that a red flag law is a good thing. If you don't know what a red flag law is, this is it. If someone thinks that you may be a danger to yourself or others, they can petition the courts, get a warrant, and the police can come and confiscate your weapons. And then you must prove that you're not a danger to yourself or others. Think about that for a second. You're being prosecuted. Your right is being taken away, not because you've done something wrong, but because somebody else fears that you may. I will support a background check every single time. Don't have a problem with it. But I have a problem with a red flag law of somebody calling up and going, hey, we need to take away this man's weapons because I'm afraid of him. Good, you should be afraid of him. I have a big problem with the red flag law because it strips you of your God-given right. What do we hold up as law on this show? The United States Constitution, Bill of Rights. These are not rights granted to you by the government. These are not rights granted to you by society. These are rights that are granted to you by God. And you want to let your government strip you of that right, to take away a right from you because they are afraid that you might do something. Now, let me say that right now, the recent mass shooters and whatnot, they're all wackadoodles, and they should have never been with a weapon to begin with. But exactly how do you determine that they're wackadoodle until they do something? How do you prove that you're not a danger to yourself or society? I consider myself a well-adjusted individual, but if someone said, he's a danger, how do I prove that I'm not? You can't prove or disprove a negative. I want you people to think really, really careful about this. Put aside the scary gun, it looks scary issue. Put aside you don't need 30 rounds to hunt Bambi. Put that aside. Focus just on red flag laws in this country. And read them and you'll go, they're taking away a right before that right was abused or broken by an individual. We have a mental health pandemic in this country. Yeah, I said the word. A mental health pandemic in this country. And we need to figure out how to respond to that by taking away, stripping rights from law-abiding citizens is not the way to combat this. And I've been on a soapbox a lot today, haven't I? See, this is what happens when our guests don't show up. I just go off on tangents. Hey, now, speaking of going off on tangents, let's go switch to a whole different topic because we're going to talk about next month, September. I met an interesting lady with an interesting organization. The organization is called Grateful Americans Charity. And they're doing some really, really good work, veteran-centric work, by raising money for the PTSD Foundation of America. Good organization. Now, this organization, they've given already $625,000 to the PTSD Foundation of America in just the past 3 years alone. So they're doing really good work. They're out of the Woodlands, and hopefully I'm going to get one of their representatives up here next month on the show to talk about the charity, talk about their events that are going on, and see what else they're doing, and how we, as a community, can help them to help veterans. Oh, that reminds me. Patriotic Restoration, Coach Yates. If you're listening, hey, Coach, I got the sign. Thank you so very much. November, I know it's way out, and this is up there in the Dallas area, but Patriotic Restoration, whose mission it is to put patriotism and citizenship back into the classroom. He is having a clay shoot up at Defender Outdoors clay sports range. You can go over to the website and see more about it. If I haven't have it up, I'll have it up soon. Their website is patrioticrestoration.org. There should be something up there already. That's about all I have to talk about. I guess I can. Oh, you know what? It is good that I actually ran out of something because my closing song is going to be 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And I can play the whole thing. That's awesome. All right, we're going to wrap that up. I want to leave you with this song from Sailor Jerry, our good friend. It's called Hallelujah, the veterans version. You may have heard it before, you may have seen it before, but I want you to stop and I want you to listen to the words of this song and feel the impact of the way that she sings this. You can get the song from our website. You can go over to sailorjerrymusic.com. There's a link underneath here, and you can actually download this song for free. She's given it away to the veteran community. It's yours. Go ahead and take it. Hey, Jerry, if you're listening, hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling better. I'm glad that you're home. I'm sure the horses miss you. And while we listen to this song, Hallelujah, from Sailor Jerry, let's remember our brothers and sisters, that they're in uniform today, and they're standing in harm's way, standing for our rights and our liberties. If you out there, you're wearing the uniform, I want to say to you, thank you. I want to say to you, I'm proud of you. Until next month, stay vigilant, stay safe. This is Veterans Air.
You packed your bags and shut the door. You crossed the sea to fight a war. You didn't know just what would happen to ya. Stepped in the dirt, boots on the ground, and gunfire was the only sound. And to yourself you whispered hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Every day and every night, you walk the walk, you fight the fight. You never saw the end in sight, now did ya? The days are washing our haze of red, the blood, the mud, too many dead. Your weary soul was crying hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Too late to help you hear a shot. You know you're in a deadly spot. You never thought the day would come, now did ya? Your brother falls down to the ground. The enemy is all around, and from your lips you scream a hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. You fought the fight till it was done. You have the strength to carry on. You thought it'd be much better back home, did ya? You try each day, keep pushing through, but the battle lives inside of you. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
You are listening to the Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZWLP Conroe.